We are live right now. Ba ba ba
Oh,
ba ba. Ba ba
Jesus Christ.
ba 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 ba. So hello, people.
I see when I say, oh yeah, I'm ready right now, what I really mean is I'm ready for you to begin to tell me that it's time to get ready.
Oh,
However, this time I'm like, yeah, Anthony, I'm ready. And I'm like, I don't know, my joint isn't really as comfortable as I want it to be yet.
oh man.
I don't know what I'm doing about my legs yet. I'm trying to figure out the
The
right angles for my
the
legs.
balance, the
I'm wondering if
coordination.
I'm wondering if timing is gonna go the way I really want it to go, and I have a feeling that it's not.
What do you mean?
Oh, oh, Anthony,
Oh,
when when a boy has been by himself for a
yes.
long period of time,
Mm-hmm.
he has certain needs, Anthony.
I
Needs
understand.
start to come out,
Yes.
man. I don't think those needs are gonna be met, and that's you know what, that's fine. You know why it's fine?
Yes.
Because I get to go on a brand new adventure today, Anthony.
What's the new adventure?
The adventure is a CBD adventure.
Ooh, you mean you're doing the same thing?
Are you serious?
I'm about to order Justin's promo code and use his stuff. Like order his the stuff for the CBD dab stuff and try it out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I just got my first samples of CBD,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a couple from different companies, and one person came over to the PI just to drop off some stuff to me, which was very sweet. Shout out to Sarah Cheesecake. Um, so I'm gonna try out her stuff and this other stuff that I got that I acquired,
Yes.
and I'm gonna try it all out and see what I really think about CBD because since I'm obviously like a weed guy, right? I'm smoking a joint right now most of the time since we've been recording this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I've been smoking weed throughout the recording of this podcast and throughout my day before I teach jujitsu or play music or whatever, right? People that aren't super into the pot culture will just assume that I know some scientific shit. So I got some text messages today that were like, yo, what do you think about CBD? And I'm like, look, I know that everyone loves it, but I don't have any personal experiences with it to speak of.
Yeah.
Like, there was a time where our weightlifting coach, Matt,
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, that's bothering you? Your elbow's bothering you? Go get my CBD and rub that bitch on there, right?
Yeah.
And I rubbed that CBD shit on there, and it made my elbow feel a lot better.
That's good. Yeah.
So that's cool,
Yeah.
right? But the next day, my elbow wasn't really bothering me, so it wasn't something that I consistently used,
Right.
right? So I don't know if CBD is a miracle or if that one product is good or if all of the other ingredients in that product that I used are why it was successful for me in that day, right? But who knows?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? Unless Anthony, unless a motherfucker does some research. And
Experiments.
yeah, dude, I'm down to do the experimentation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the experimentation in the streets. I'm trying to learn some shit. I'm trying to get my learn on. I don't want to be one of you ignorant cunts out there.
Understandable. Understandable. I mean, it's like I will
So
say.
yeah,
I'll say from my own experience, it's actually. I only use it for like small things like really painful migraines and just times where I need to like unpack because it's like really stressful, like stressful week or whatever it is. I'll use it, and it kind of like will just like level you out. Like it's a weird thing where it just like kind of just like you feel your shoulders like decompress. It's weird. Yeah, it's
yeah.
weird.
See,
It's
I've
weird.
heard that.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple different products, and I'm not gonna unveil them today.
Yes.
Um, I'll use them all for a few days, and then when we record next, we'll talk about like that first product that I started using today, and possibly one other one.
We should just make you do a review channel of CBD products. That's what I
A
think.
whole channel.
Well, not even a whole channel. I think we should make a video. Like, I mean, obviously you have to talk to the people who gave it to you, but I think that we can turn it into something.
I think you're right.
Yes.
I'd like to just review all kinds of things, like review people's moms, and you know,
Did you? I don't know if you've seen the segment on like your mom's house. They started showing videos of guys reviewing butt plugs and like.
Oh yeah, that one dude. He's amazing.
It was great. It was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they had to cut this. Like, yep, he's just constantly jerking himself off while he's reviewing it. It's just hilarious.
But he says something really funny, like his noise or his
like,
his
"Ooh."
phrase when he's about to pop. What does he do?
I was like, oh, I think he said something like that, like, oh, like something like that, like when it like.
No, it's funnier than that.
I don't know. I don't remember, but I know it was just. It was.
Nothing is as funny as the try it out guy, though. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. That he's a real person. That's just like how he always is. It's not even like it wasn't like a video.
It's like, look, you wanna come over. You are a big black guy. You just got out of jail. You got a friend. You wanna come over. You wanna fuck me. Try it out.
Yeah. He said, "Piss on me, beat
Motherfucker
me."
looks like Tom Selleck's been doing meth for 5 years, and he's like, you wanna come over. You wanna fuck me. Like try it out.
Did you hear the like his actual interview afterwards? Like they like reached out to him and they contacted him. They did an episode.
And he reached out back.
Yeah, he reached out. They had a phone call with him. Yeah. And like,
oh my god,
they have like his Instagram profile is wild. They found out his Instagram profile. It was hilarious. Then after that they reached out to him and they talked to him and he's just like, they said, yeah man, so like send your pitch out there, and he sends his pitch out. Like, homie out.
All right, so. Does he have any black dudes currently living in his house, fucking him in his house?
I recall not, no, but I think that he.
Where does he live? I could. I could be there in an hour.
He lives in Cali, I think. I believe he lives in Cali.
Oh, 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours. I can't remember. No big deal. It's like, I'm here. I can just hang out. He's like, yeah. So, it's like, hit me.
Oh, you just got out of jail. You don't have a job. Try it out. Like.
And like, but like his thing is like toned down when he does the interview. It's not as like aggressive. Like, oh, you can like piss on me, beat me. It's like a little bit more like you can be a little rough. It went
he
down.
doesn't say exactly though.
Yeah, he doesn't go exactly the same octave as he did before, where he was just like, yeah, just try it out.
Well, when you're making the ad, you got to go full tilt. But when you're just talking about the ad, it's like when someone asks me like, oh, so are you weird? I'm like, I'm into weird stuff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't list off weird shit that I do.
Right.
Or weird shit that I like. Right?
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to like talk to someone that I plan on fucking, then I start listing, naming names and saying where the bodies are buried and shit.
Right.
Right? But if you're just having a conversation with me that isn't going to somebody's bedroom, then I'm just going to be like, oh, I do some strange things maybe,
No,
it's like,
that makes sense.
Feel me?
Yeah. Oh man, I had a funny thought today. I was thinking about it for a while. I was thinking about like the perfect person to be like a lady killer, not like a physical lady strangler, but like a lady killer. Because it goes back to what the conversation we had last episode about you.
Let's define what a lady killer is then.
So
it's not a killer of ladies.
So it's a man. It's a man that can swoon and like wound most, if not all, women of different varieties and different sexual appetites.
Okay, so this would be like kill more in the sense that a comedian would use kill.
Yes.
To describe how they did with a crowd. Like, and I got in there and I fucking killed.
Yeah.
And like everybody else and all the comedians especially understand what that guy means.
Right.
It doesn't mean that he stood on the stage and grabbed the mic and some niggas died.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
not what he means. So when someone uses terms like lady killer, and they throw it into the common like cancel culture that we're fucking stuck in right now. It's like that insinuates violence against women as a way of demonstrating sexual prowess. That's all that is, and it's all that means. And it's like, well, not really.
I should just say, yeah, you're right. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
They're not wrong. They're just an asshole.
I know.
The more accurate thing is to say that it's more nuanced, and that what is meant is something closer to getting over with the crowd than to actually committing any murder whatsoever.
I agree with I agree with what you're saying, but like those people, I don't interact with those people, so I don't care about them. So they're not a part of this equation.
I interact with all the people.
I understand
that.
I
have to figure out how to do it. Especially when they're getting dressed really close to me.
See,
and like I'm already talking about inappropriate shit. Like here's the thing. So if I'm talking about something super inappropriate, like murdering a man, and I'm I'm describing, not demonstrating. That would be weird. That's murder.
That's murder.
If I'm talking about murdering a man, a particular individual, right? And I'm talking about how I have to chop him up because I'm little and he's big, right?
Yes.
If I'm talking about that, and then somebody with a much softer sensibility who already doesn't like me for whatever reason that I have nothing to fucking do with, right?
Yeah.
When she's walking up, do I then stop talking or do I go harder? What do you think the appropriate thing to do would be?
Neither of those two things. I think you keep it even keel and just keep going through it. You don't ham it up, but you don't back away either. You just keep going in the same path.
All right. You caught me in my trick. That's essentially what I did. What I did was I continued talking about murdering this dude, but I didn't make it any weirder than it already was.
Right.
And then I got dressed like I was just finishing as a normal thing and moved on.
Yes.
Right? But part of me was like, oh, did I just make it worse? Like she just heard me say like chop up a dude. And I was like, well, if I stop now, then she might be thinking I'm talking about her dude or her.
Yes.
And so I was like, I have to keep talking about this murder. There's no way to stop the murder train now. Like we're already murdering a man. the lady who doesn't like us is coming and she doesn't want you to eat meat and everything has to be recycled. She's like Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
Like, fuck. I'm gonna rock. There's a hard place. There's a rock. I don't know what to do.
And the best part about this is that as you talk about this, it kind of feeds into the points of what needs to be the perfect ladies man. We'll say it now instead of lady killer or whatever you want. Whatever.
No,
lady killer.
We're staying with lady killer. We defended it. Now we're gonna fucking stand on lady killer.
So I think
describe the lady killer.
I don't remember what character you pulled from last episode, but you remember we talked about Charles Oliveira and his his feminine his feminine.
Oh, yeah. Wilson from Shane.
There you go. And so
I don't know how I remember that.
I mean, because I think that's that was the easiest comparison. Like, as I know, when you recognize people recognize people by other people.
Real recognize real.
So the way I think about it is that part of that thing is that you're right. That is that is one of the perfect ideal, one of the perfect things to have is being is having a masculine feminine vibe where you have this effeminate vibe, but you do something very dangerous and very violent at the same time. And it kind of reminded me of when I was in middle school where this dude was gay, quote unquote gay, and then all of a sudden he just came out as being straight, and everybody just was so interested in that. They're like, "What? You're straight now? I gotta try this. I gotta try that. I gotta try him." So all these girls happen. So I think there's some feminine quality with
Wait, in middle school?
I'm dead. I walk to class and I see this dude, this chubby little Italian spiky hair Guido looking kid, just finger blasting one of the hottest chicks in our school.
Wait, what?
Yes, yeah, he was.
Public school is some shit.
Yeah,
my kids are never going to fucking public school. We're never mixing whatever I fucking breed with and whatever we create. We're not mixing that. Whatever the fuck you guys have going on in your public schools.
Hey man,
you can't just be finger blasting chicks in hallways and in plain view.
I was the only one out there, so it was I was the only one who saw it, and I was like, oh, and then
in middle school.
Yeah, in middle school, dude. You can because guess what? You have to understand this. He was smart. He was smart because he was also in the perfect time too. This was in the time where the special needs curriculum was very broad, so anybody could be categorized as special needs. So if you were a disciplinary issue, you could be characterized as special needs. So you got a lot more leeway with things and a lot more ability.
So he was special needs?
He was with special needs.
Why?
Oh, because he was disciplinary issues, kids who were bad and didn't do well on tests. Because I was good but didn't do well on tests, so I was put in special needs class as well with them. So
man.
Yeah, so they would do they were terrorizing people. I just
did you ride a special bus?
No, I didn't ride a special bus. No, I rode the same bus as everybody else. But then I would have an 8.
So they put you in some stupid class.
Yeah, they put me in a class with no windows, and there's 8 of us in there.
What?
Yeah, and there was a teacher. It was you could be anybody. It could be anybody with a severe mental disability, a severe learning disability, somebody who has some social bad social skills, and people who are just bad kids that spit on people and throw textbooks at other students, not because there's anything wrong with them. If I show you them now, they're functioning members of society. Some of them are firefighters, some of them are programmers, some of them are doing whatever. And but the other kids I know they're not there. They're at home somewhere. But anyway, so back to the story is that he said he was gay, and then he all of a sudden because he started hanging out with all these girls, and all of a sudden he wasn't. And everybody that was hot and interesting came and flocked towards him, all the way up until freshman year of high school, where they were like trying to get with him. And so I think like one thing is being like having that feminine vibe, but I don't think being gay and then switching over to being straight is a good move because
I don't either.
you lose a lot
Bad
of
strategy.
you lose a lot of people in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, and this is why I'm gonna say this. You're not gonna like it because I'm gonna talk about you, but you have, I would say, you have the personality to have like the right vibe to be a lady killer, because you have this kind of loose.
Sure.
It's not like Prince. It's not like Prince. It's not like Prince because Prince is different. Like it was too much. It went too far into feminine. It was too much because you didn't
I
know.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's an element. I'm coughing now. There's an element of fluidity to me,
Yeah.
but I'm not truly girly.
Yes.
Where like Prince was wearing heels, Prince was wearing ruffles and shit,
Yes.
and tight ass pants all the time. It's like every now and then I might hit you with a purse.
Yeah.
I might move my hands differently than some dudes do some of the time. Like there's little elements.
Right.
I understand what you're saying.
Right. And because of that, I can take you places. What the fuck? Hold on.
See, when someone does that, it's like, I want to go and get the bats and be ready, but I'm in Vegas and he's in fucking Tremont. So what we have to do is smoke a joint and cross our fingers, then hope that he comes back to the mic and it's like, oh yeah, somebody pushed over a trash can. But we don't know. So right now, Anthony could be like in a struggle for his life, and we have no fucking clue. And that's a podcast. Like, that's a podcast. Right now, the podcast is Anthony alive? Or has Anthony been brutally murdered? Oh! Anthony has not been brutally murdered.
Yeah, no, it was just weird because I heard like a loud slam and it sounded like it came from like the first floor. And like,
Guess what?
What?
You're not brutally murdered.
I know, I'm not. So there's no way.
I had a whole hypothesis that like maybe right now Anthony's being brutally murdered, and like there's nothing that we can do.
No.
Like, and that's today's podcast. Today's podcast is Anthony never came home.
Never came back. I never made it back. I was like, it's like it was weird. Like,
and it won't air. It won't air until I get back to Cleveland and hit stop on the recording.
it's not that it won't air. It'll be going on forever. Like it'll just be it'll be forever. But yeah.
Like that song with Lamb Chop when I was a child.
yeah, I don't know anything about that. Anyway,
you don't know about the song that doesn't end?
No, stop it. No, let's not go into this. Nope, no, not falling into this. No. Let's finish.
Anthony.
Let me finish.
It's dark.
Let me clarify.
Let
me clarify what happened, and finish my statement, and then you can go with the lamb chop story.
Damn it! All right, go ahead.
So basically, I just saw lights, and I heard a loud slam, and it was on the first floor. So I'm like, "There's no way." It's like if like my lights came on, and like I was like, "All right, somebody's out front. Let me go look." Nobody's out front. Nobody's in my basement. Nobody's. If somebody's next door, they're probably that's tough titties if they're next door. But yeah. Anyway, so talking about masculine, that's that thing. So I could take you to a place where most guys would be like, "What? You did what with who? And how did this happen? Like, there's no way. They don't do that sort of stuff." And it would be like a shocker for most men, but. And that's step one of the equation. The other step of the equation is that we got like the attributes need to be certain attributes need to have. You need to be about shorter than about equal the same height as an average woman or a little bit taller.
What?
Yes, because that also helps with things too. Because you can't be the freak of nature guy that is like just 6'3" and super attractive.
Yeah, I'm sure he's having a lot of trouble getting his dick sucked.
It's not like he's not having a lot of trouble. It's not
fucking tough.
It's not. I'm not.
What I woke up this morning thinking.
I'm not saying that he doesn't have.
It's a fucking good thing that I have crooked teeth and I'm not fucking average height. It's a fucking great thing. It's really good. this hairline of mine, it seems to be going way the fuck back against my will.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
also
yeah,
great.
yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah, yeah. It's pity party. But all I'm saying is,
No, I don't really give a fuck.
all I'm saying is that like, but you also alienate people like that too. Like I'm talking about the wide range. I'm not talking about you kill in like a specific segment. In a wide range of women in different lifestyles and different sexualities, you have to be a certain height and a certain weight requirement, a certain height and a certain personality.
What?
Because think about it, if you're too big, you're automatically intimidating. You're automatically intimidating. There's some people who are gonna be like, oh, like he's a big guy. I'm kind of scared to be around him. I don't know what he could do. There has to be a level of comfort that you automatically give off. See, see, like
All right, there's some truth to that.
there is truth to that. Where like there are some things that you can get away with that like a normal guy could not get away with, or like an average
So
height.
you're saying, all right, so
Average
like the
height
guy
guy.
should be 5'9".
Yeah, like 5'9", 5'10". Oh no, yeah, 5'9". Yeah, 5'9".
Yeah.
Yeah, that can't be 5'10". 5'10's too close to being like an average male height.
See, I was gonna say 5'10", but I think that's favoring too much of what I already thought.
Right.
So I'm gonna say according to your theory,
It's like
this dude's about 5'9" and 170 pounds.
yes, something like that. Yes, and then you
But
can.
I just made him thicker. I made him thicker than he probably needs to be.
He
He could probably be 150 pounds.
correct. I would say that's probably that's ideal. It sounds like we're like describing like ourselves with a couple inches, but we're not.
No, I'm not.
I
I'm
know.
not describing myself.
I know, but like the thing is that like, and then you can mess with the attributes of the face as much as you want to make him more of a perfect person or less of a perfect person. That's up to your discretion. But I think those are the attributes you need to be a perfect lady killer, because you want to hit everything. You don't want to hit. You don't want to hit tens all the time, because tens are great, but they may be boring. You can have sevens that are really exciting, or tens that are really exciting, or tens that are tens in their own world that you can
Yeah.
see. So that's what I'm thinking. That like
I understand what you're saying.
yeah,
I mean, look,
yes,
William Shatner on Star Trek did a lot of work, did he not?
yes, he did.
That's all we need to know. That motherfucker was going to different fucking galaxies,
Yeah,
slinging dick. He was slinging dick to black girls on TV before you were allowed to do that.
yes.
Legend,
Is he still alive? Yeah, he is.
lady killer, the
Yeah.
original.
Yes. So that was my thought I had for today. Is that lady, you have the prowess.
That-
You have.
Your real thought is that everyone should be more like William Shatner and less like themselves.
Yes, I agree. Well, no. That's not. I don't know about that. I don't really see William Shatner as being like very effeminate.
You're like, what you mean to say, Anthony?
I'd
Let me
say
tell you what you meant.
like Prince 20% down. Like turn Prince down by like 20%, and you'll be good.
And then you're good.
Yeah, turn Prince down. Yeah, with a little bit more muscle. A little bit more muscle.
No, I think I get you.
Yeah. Like
I think that we understand each other.
yes. So that's the thought I had for today.
That's a lovely thought.
Yeah. You want to know some other horrible thoughts?
I mean, usually, yeah. Let's
like
go.
like Paul Malignaggi just like hawking loogies at Artem Lobov.
All right, man. Like, so you're gonna slap this dude. Now you're gonna spit on this dude.
Yeah. He's trying to get Connor. It's like Connor.
I mean, are you really trying to get Connor?
Yes. Yes.
Because he can't do a part two. Connor, here's the thing. To make it very clear for all the audience. It is said, there's video footage. So Artem Lobov was slapped in a little, what are you gonna say?
Scuffle or a face off.
It wasn't even a scuffle. It was more of a confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
Because the slap is about as high as it escalated.
Yes.
Like there wasn't much of a scuffle in this case, right?
That's right.
But Lobov was slapped by Khabib.
Mm-hmm.
Soon after which, Connor and a bunch of the homies boarded a plane from Ireland, took it to New York, snuck inside a building, busted out windows and busted out and hit a bus, and it caused several fighters to be impacted by this. A dude had glass in his eye, another guy had glass in his face.
Yeah. A couple fights to get dropped.
So all kinds of chaos, right?
Yeah.
And that's because Artem got slapped. So now, a person, Paulie Malignaggi,
Mm-hmm.
who has a history with Conor. He was a sparring partner for Conor. He was saying that the rounds went one way. Conor said they went another way. And then Conor's people released a video of him dropping Paulie.
Right.
That's the way they're going to tell the story. Now, Paulie's going to tell the story differently. And that's where there's conflict here, right? Now, Paulie has slapped Artem.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Paulie has spit on Artem. And I think, of course, he's aware that these actions are likely to draw the ire of Conor, but I don't think they're likely to draw his presence at the moment.
Right.
I think that was a one-time thing, and I'm not in that conspiracy theory where I think it was a work. There are people who think that Conor was in cahoots with the UFC, and that was a sanctioned attack. There are people that think that.
I don't think it was a sanctioned attack, but I definitely think somebody just said, "Oh, it's Conor," and just like they let him in. Like, I think it was more like there was just.
Oh no! How he got in is documented. Do you want to know how he got in?
Oh, how did he get in?
The Mac Life had press credentials.
Oh.
His fucking his little
hey.
web site channel who does all the fucking documentary shit.
Good.
They were inside the building.
That's a good move.
And so it's like, dude, let me in. Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? You're the fucking boss.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I fucking let you in? Like, I don't have to do anything nefarious.
Yeah.
I don't have to send you a text that says, I'm coming in there with these amount of dudes with these intentions. I don't have to send that text.
Right.
It's called the Mac Life.
I just like
When I say, hey, I'm at this door, you're like, yeah, we get to hang out with this guy.
Right.
And then I brush right past you and do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Exactly. That's crazy and that's funny. So.
Yeah. So again, like, it's like, well, how did he get into the building? And it's like, well, he was already in the motherfucker.
Yeah. You got agents.
Like a Trojan horse.
Yeah. That's trap.
So there's that.
Yeah, there's that.
So there's that.
And then I'm sure you've seen the knockout from not Uriah Faber, of
Sage?
Yes, and how with the aftermath of it. Do you know about the aftermath?
His face got Thanos, and he had to get surgery.
For 9 hours.
And we were discussing this, and a lot of people, I think this is a very polarizing issue. Sage in general.
Yes.
Like, should Sage have been where he was, and should he have been even in this fight? And I don't know how anyone can say. I don't think anyone can say with a completely clear mind that he didn't belong where he was. If you add all the factors together, you put him wherever he wants to be, and he was competitive for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part, he was competitive. There were moments where he was completely overmatched. This was a single shot that shattered his face. It's my belief that can fucking happen to anyone.
Right.
That can happen to fucking anyone. You zig when you should have zagged. You make a major decision that's wrong, and your face gets Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
I put you in an arm lock. You turn the wrong way. You're going to have a spiral fracture somewhere in your forearm or in your fucking bicep. Like, something's going to go wrong on a level that wouldn't have just gone wrong if I had popped your elbow. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there's getting knocked out and concussed, and there's getting your face broken in a million pieces. You can't train your fucking face.
Right.
So, like, that can happen to fucking anyone. And it's too bad it happened to that guy. But when you see how that dude carried himself, at least publicly,
Yeah.
it's beyond admirable to me. Like, this dude's sitting there like, yup, going into surgery. Face is all busted up.
So I am messed up. Messed up.
But, like, to wear it that way.
Right.
And, like, I hesitate to use the word because its root word has some religious and some woo in it. But I think it was graceful. Now I wouldn't say that it was grace that allowed him to be graceful, but his belief in grace does make that more accessible.
Yeah.
And so I think it's good that happened to a dude that had a lot of faith. Because if that had happened to a person with my outlook on life, that might not have been as easy of a recovery, like emotionally. Just saying.
I agree. I mean, there's a lot of other things in that was a little bit like new for him too. This is his first like middleweight.
Well, they're
fight.
gonna say the ring is new.
The middleweight, his weight is new.
Yeah, it's a heavier weight class.
Yeah. Even though it says welterweight, which is so
He's
weird.
fighting in a ring.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of new things. I don't know. I feel like it was just like it's just like an experience for him. Like he has time to kind of recover, relax. I don't know if you can really relax with your eye shattered or your eye stitched back together.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna be doing, man.
Yeah.
I felt bad for that kid.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks. Your face got destroyed.
Yeah.
You know? And honestly, that's one of the things you have going for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like he Thanos a part of your money, along with a piece of your face.
Thanos,
like,
part
that's
of
some of your money.
Is that your new phrase now, Thanos? I think you've said it like 3 times.
No,
already.
that's what happens because there was a punch.
Yeah.
And there's a fist. There's a gimmick. And that's essentially what he did. He fucking just turned that piece of that dude's face into dust.
Face planted him hard.
It's brutal.
It is brutal.
There were other fights, yeah.
There was there was a weekend worth of fight. Oh well, there was what was it? There was what's the dude's name?
Wasn't there something good?
Fuck.
What was the? Yeah, I saw a fight that. See, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch people train, you get way more invested in their fights.
Right.
Like you don't have to they don't have to be your friend. Like people I don't know.
Yeah.
Personally.
Right.
Like I don't hang out with this dude. We don't go to lunch. We don't play video games. We don't smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I've watched you train. We have shook hands. It was decently nice.
Yeah.
When that happens, that alone makes you want to see that person be successful.
Right.
You don't want to see that person get hurt. You don't want to see that person be harmed or lose. Because even in a loss that doesn't involve any physical suffering, there's going to be suffering if there is loss.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck, you don't want any suffering on that dude that was nice to you. More than once even.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I hope that dude does well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't take a lot to get somebody to get your energy on their side. Unless you're an asshole.
Yes.
Unless you're a cunt. So there are a couple guys I was rooting for.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them did not get to feel the feeling of victory. And it really bummed me out. So let's talk about the main event, because that's the one that everyone's going to know. And that's Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee has been training at Extreme for this fight.
Right.
My co-corner, Eric, was in the corner for Kevin. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rooting for Eric as well as I'm rooting for Kevin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it just didn't go the right way. Right. And people were using terms like what do you think people said about Kevin Lee's performance?
They probably said that he was like under. I don't know. I actually didn't watch the fight. I can't really say for sure, but I know that he was. I'm sure people said he was undersized. I'm sure there's one thing that they said, like, "Oh, you're not."
No one said that.
Really?
Here's what they said. They basically said that he gave up. And they used the phrase like he broke. And they were just saying it like in passing. And these are guys that fight like now.
Right.
It's not just some fucking announcer. These are guys that fight right now. And like, I get that like, oh, you call a spade, but like, can we have a little fucking kayfabe on live TV?
Mm-hmm.
Like just a little, man. If one person says, I think he broke. Then the next guy needs to say, hey, I think sometimes when you get hurt in there, you start making bad decisions. You just cover it a little bit.
Right.
For fuck's sake.
But
Like,
everybody,
I don't feel like I'm speaking out of school here at all. Like, I was disappointed in the way that those motherfuckers handle it. And I don't think I was just hypersensitive because, again, I don't know Kevin Lee. I don't know him.
right.
Like, it's not like he's my fucking boy. I just wanted him to win because I've seen him a lot. And he was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I just want him to fucking win. And, like, regardless of what the truth is, because I have eyes too, but only he knows the truth about whether he was broken or not.
Right.
Once one person says that, that piece of information is already in the ether.
Yeah.
When guy after guy and commentator after commentator says, oh, and then he just kind of gave up there. It's like, what the fuck? Like, oh, you've never done that? Are you above that? It would be nice if somebody fucking covered.
Right.
Like, I think it would be nice if somebody fucking told a little bit of a white lie and gave somebody an out. And be like, hey, no, you know, sometimes it's like this. But everybody's been there before.
I wouldn't even say it's a white
You
lie.
give your neck when you're tired.
Yeah. Wouldn't even call
Everyone's been there before.
I wouldn't even call it a white lie. I would just say, just like you, like I don't know. It just sounds like I'm just gonna take an assumption that they all the commentators said it during that fight at one point or another, right?
It was like in the post fight the most. That's when I got mad about it because it
Gotcha.
just happened. It was
Right.
like there was a moment that was like a really bad moment. It felt like a lot of momentum shifted,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you're in an arm triangle, right?
Yeah.
They're like, well, you kind of put yourself in a position that's obvious that was available, and it's like, well, yes, but it's a fucking chaotic environment too.
Right.
Like, both those things are equally as likely to be true since we don't actually fucking know. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We have ideas. I have ideas too. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm not naive.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just thinking about it I try to think about it from all angles.
Yeah.
And as a production, I think it's a bad choice. I think you're telling a bad story to your audience. Now, you could also argue that you should just tell your audience the truth. Everyone should tell the truth.
Doesn't
It's
sound
like, no, you need a diversity in terms of what the truth is. This guy's gonna win because of this reason. This guy's gonna win because of this reason. This guy's gonna lose because of that reason. It has that. If it's just the same thing over and over again, everyone has to have a different point. It was just bad to me. It was sloppy work. And it was like it was like low hanging fruit too. It was like, oh, of course, it's easy to fucking say that.
Yeah.
You're comfy. I can't wait till you fight again. I can't fucking wait for you to fight again. So I want you to fight the way you wanted Kevin Lee to fight. And if you don't, I'll fucking remind you that you didn't. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait. I want to make sure you're who you say you are when you're behind that mic. Let's make sure you're the same guy. You bring that same energy to the fucking octagon.
See with
It's
that
like,
same energy.
bring that same energy. It's like, you were talking about how this dude just gave it up. Like, he didn't fight as hard as he could for 4 rounds.
That's
Like, you're not going to tell that part of the story? You're just going to tell this part of the story? All right, cool. Like, maybe your highlight reel should just be your losses. we'll tell that version of the story.
Highlight reel should be your losses. That's rough.
We'll tell that version of the story. It's true. Those things happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what? Like, let's make my highlight reel Dan Swift breaking my foot off.
Jesus.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like that
Because
was.
I like that dude. But we fought like 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
And only one time did anything bad happen to me. Like, I literally, no points scored on me. I won by submission, by points. But once, I get fucking toe hold. I get caught in a toe hold. And I give it up. I tap. Made a mistake. Respect. That is on the internet.
Right.
It has a decent amount of views. It's got a few thousand views. So to somebody, that's my story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm this guy that lost to this guy. That's my story to somebody. That's
Yeah.
all they ever heard of me.
Yeah. That is true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's just the way it's gonna be, and I accept that. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is like, when you're in a position to tell a different version of the story, you should probably tell it, because like
Somebody,
the story is more diverse than our eyes tell us.
yeah, because somebody will tell your story like shit too next time you're in that spot.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. No, that's
We're
fair.
all subject to these same laws.
No, I definitely agree. What was it?
Anthony,
Wait, hold on. I gotta tell you two things, and then we can wrap it up.
what's up?
So did you know that they're having a supposedly it's a what is it called, a grappling event with Masvidal and Anthony Pettis, and then supposedly Yoel Romero is supposed to fight somebody too.
I was told this, and but I don't know where it's taking place.
Let me find out. I think it's somewhere. I think it might be where you are.
In Vegas?
I believe so because of the guy who's basically doing it. There's this Supreme Patty. He's like, I guess he's like some famous. I'm guessing he's the guy who does like he's like wears Supreme everywhere. He's pretty famous. He's doing like a boxing match. Where did the article go? I just was looking at it. He's doing a boxing he's doing a boxing match, and he's got Roy Jones Jr. training him for it. Yeah, so let's see, where did it go? Masvidal. But yeah, so that's happening. I just want to see Yoel Romero grapple somebody, anybody, whoever they put in there. Like they need to put a giant in there. I just want to see him just ankle pick somebody and lift him up in the air like a frog being dissected for class. And then,
like, I would never want to have that fucking gorilla touching me.
Oh my god, that'd be so crazy.
That dude is not a person. Like, you see that dude's back. The dude's a gorilla.
Yeah,
like he's not like a regular dude.
Is Pensacola in Florida?
Pensacola is in Florida. Yeah, that's Roy Jones Jr.
So that's where it's gonna be then. That's gonna be in Pensacola, Florida. So I like.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's gonna be it'll be crazy. So that's happening, and then what was I gonna say? I don't know. That's about it. We can just go into weird news and then we can wrap it up.
Give me the weird news.
All right. So, do you want to hear about how upset cocaine customers go against their dealer? Or do you want to hear about how Arkansas woman? Well, or you want to hear about how you can play disguise as a deputy and get your boyfriend out of jail?
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I want to hear about this cocaine.
Okay.
Tell me about this cocaine.
So, upset cocaine customers help FBI bust massive drug ring in Pontiac. So, for those of you who don't know, Pontiac's in Michigan.
Oh, Michigan.
Yes. So,
I
basically,
know my geography. I didn't go to public school. No, keep going. I'm sorry.
So basically it was all these people were very upset with like all of like what they were getting in their coke. Like, yeah, it's like just trash, whatever it was, and they were getting ripped off for it. And
Yeah.
so basically,
Fuck this coke.
yeah, they basically were trying to like, they were like, you know what, we're gonna get this guy back, and so they're like, and if they get to. Basically, like if you get too many complaints, they won't sell it anymore. So they basically started pulling the dealers in and like, all right, pulling the people who are getting the packages in is like, hey, do you want to turn on this guy? And they're like, yeah, this dude fucking sent me some shit.
They're like, yeah, fuck this dude.
Yeah. So basically, they had this whole like, because the guy was sending it to Michigan. It was in, in Arizona, and basically they were basically just like, as the man was like, basically they just do the old, get the deliver anywhere UPS box. I mean whatever, United States USPSS, whatever it is, USPS, United States Postal Service. Yeah. So you get those boxes. Actually, I have one right here. You get one of these boxes. They filled it up with the substance of choice, and then they just sent it their way. And eventually, it could be with anything: fentanyl, crack, heroin, crystal meth, and yeah, they would just send them in. Yeah, and basically what they would do is that they would just lace it with like fentanyl, so it'd be 3 grams of fentanyl and 1 gram of cocaine. So people were not happy about that. So basically, after they got the arrest, the people who got arrested basically just flipped and started what's it called? basically trying to like track the guy down, like giving them leads to get to that person. They would not like directly turn over the people that they knew that got him there, but they would help. Yeah. So it was a very
Dude, this is why weed is such a good drug. Like, never have I ever gotten weed that like hurt me in some way, or it was like not what I paid for. Not once in my motherfucking life. But cocaine is like the nature of that drug allows for it to be like a part of this little game where like maybe this isn't even cocaine. Like when I buy this, I'm gonna have to. Oh, that's cocaine. Or like, oh, what the fuck is this? Like that's gonna be a moment in your life if you choose to do it, and that means it's not a good drug in my opinion.
right.
But I'll do it again. I'll do it again. At some point, I'll probably do it again.
Well,
Anthony?
I can tell you a story where that the opposite has happened to somebody else. Where,
What do you mean?
Where the weed was laced. And
No.
Yes. I was there and I saw it happen.
What happened?
So we were at
Damn it!
we were at this.
Why are you ruining everything?
We were at the basically we were at the serial killer's house. Essentially, so that's the best way I can describe it to you. Like, it's this lady who said she was a doctor. I don't know if she really was a doctor. And this dude that looks like the Dos Equis guy. He was ex-military.
Who were you with? Were you with Zoa?
I was with Zoa. So it was me, Zoa, another individual.
Wait, I know this story.
So then yes. So then there you go. It's enough. It's enough then. So it's true.
Yeah, but they're like weird, creepy rapist people.
I agree. That's all you need to know, people. So it can happen to you.
Anthony, was this episode 170?
169. So super 69.
Damn it!
Super,
I want us to be a welterweight.
We're almost there. on Friday, we'll be welterweights. We'll be big boys. Ugh.
Fantastic.
Yes,
Anthony, it's been a lovely podcast.
it has been.
I appreciate you staying up and burning the midnight oil.
No problem.
And I appreciate you running to the aid of whoever the fuck was trying to get murdered outside your house.
I tried my best.
For now, I bid you and this audience adieu. Goodbye, Internet. XOXO.